Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Fifth Floor, a podcast about creativity, art, and photography. My name is Athina, and I am your host. Okay, people, this is episode 12, the final chapter of season 1 of The Fifth Floor. Hooray, drum rolls, and all the things. So, since we have reached this season's finale, I thought it would be the perfect moment to slow down and look back at the ideas we have explored around art, photography, and creativity, and at what the process of making this podcast has taught me. So today, we're taking a breath and reflecting on what these past 12 weeks have shown us. When I first started this podcast, I really just wanted to create a space where you could feel a little less alone in your creative process. That's something I always look for whenever I listen to this kind of content. The feeling that someone else understands what it's like to wrestle with ideas, with fear, with perfectionism, or even just the quiet frustration of showing up when it's hard. And I wanted to remind you that wherever you are in your creative journey, it is okay. You don't have to buy into the stories other people tell you, and you certainly don't have to believe the ones your inner critic whispers. You get to keep making, keep creating, and keep showing up. That's what matters. Over the course of this season, I tried to touch on themes like fear, perfectionism, and the idea that you don't need anyone's permission to call yourself an artist. I did that the only way I know how, by sharing my own experiences, stories, and sometimes my mistakes. And just like I mentioned in the first episode, I also wanted to explore ideas the way you might talk about a film or a play with friends right after you have seen it. So we talked about AI and the truth in Paris, and I even threw in a few fun facts here and there. And honestly, we barely scratched the surface. My intention was never to preach. I didn't want to hand out rules or a formula, mainly because I don't have one. I just wanted to start a conversation to maybe unlock something in you the same way others have unlocked something in me. And looking back now, I am really happy with the content we created. But let me be honest now. Getting the episodes out week by week was a whole different challenge. Even though I tried to plan as much as possible, mapping out topics, recording episodes in advance, thinking about posting schedules, it required a lot of discipline. Week 1 felt amazing, but after that, consistency became the real test. This is a solo show. I prepare the content, record it, edit it, write the copy, post it, and send the newsletter. And for the most part, I did make it happen. But like I mentioned back in episode 1, I have a day job, and then when life happens, deadlines, appointments, little surprises, it all comes together in its own chaotic way. Still, I am really proud that we made it here. It may not have been perfect, but it is done. And that, I think, is the most important part. Like we talked about in episode 11, progress and learning can only happen when you show up. The outcome can always improve later. But taking the step forward, that's what counts. And speaking of showing up, the preparation and setup, the creative process itself was honestly one of the most magical parts of all. Figuring out sound, microphones, software, hosts, directories, then shaping the content, the intention, the voice of the show, all of it felt like building something out of nothing. There were setbacks, there were mistakes, there were moments of panic, and then there were these tiny flashes of joy when something clicked. Creating something to share is in a way the scariest thing you can do. It is like exposing a piece of yourself to the world. But it is also exhilarating. And if you want, I could do a separate episode to go even deeper into this behind-the-scenes process. Now, looking back on this season, I realized that the process mattered just as much as the episodes themselves. I have learned, I have grown, I have shared, and I hope some of that reached you too. So if there's one takeaway I would like for you to hold on to, it's this. Keep creating, keep showing up, trust the journey, imperfections and all, because that's where the real growth happens. And speaking of what's next, season 2 is coming next year, early next year, I might say. But first, let's take a moment to absorb the lessons from Season 1 and come back refreshed. I also have a little photo project that I'm excited to continue, and a YouTube channel I have promised to explore. So I will be taking a bit of time to dive into those. There's more to come, more ideas to share, and I cannot wait to do it alongside you. So for now, thank you. Thank you for listening, for showing up, and for letting me share this journey with you. Here's to Season 1, imperfect, messy, full of learning, and here's to what comes next. See you in Season 2 then. Okay, but before you go, and if this season has helped you in any way, please send it to one friend who needs to hear this today. And never forget in your life that Season 2 is coming soon. To visit fifthlord.me and subscribe to our newsletter to get updates. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and share if you liked and leave a review. If you're listening via YouTube, please subscribe and share any topics you wish us to discuss or to expand on more. Okay, bye for now, and thank you for being here. See you on the next one.